Scrotty. A stout old man looks up from whatever old tech he's tinkering with to squint at you through thick old-fashioned glasses. He pushes them up with an oil-stained finger as he straightens up to nod at you. He speaks with a gruff but well-meaning tone, heavily accented with German tonality. Guten Tag, what can I do for you? Maliet tells me you're the man to speak to about DVDs. That little shrew sent you my way, huh? Shrotty smiles broadens. Will wonders never cease? Well, introductions are in order, I suppose. Shrotty Bachman, at your service. The old man raises a grimy hand in salute. Need something salvaged? Some old components villaged? I'm indeed your man. Wonderful. How about that DVD player? Well, let's see. I think that I've got something that'll work for you. Scrotty rummages through the junk heaped on the table behind him. A few seconds later, he snatches a battered plastic lozenge shape from the pile. Here we go. A old Korean player that I dug up last week. 2010 model, a real beauty. 2010? Did people still use DVDs in 2010? No, right? Shrotty's smile broadens and he gives you a conspiratorial wink. Or maybe they did. I fixed her up and got her running, but without any discs to read, I've mostly been using her as a paperweight. Sounds like what I'm looking for. How much do you want for it? Shrotty glances back at the DVD player, a rueful expression on his face. Well, I'll admit, I'm a little loath to part with her. There are plenty of folks out there who'd really appreciate an older player such as this, and I don't know what your intentions are for it. You don't have any discs to play with it, Shrotty. I suppose, given the time and trouble I took putting her back together, that I'd be willing to part with her for, oh, say... Shrotty's eyes dart over at your gear, a calculated expression on his face. About 500 yen? I got a better idea. How about you give me the DVD player and I call it even? Strength 4. That's ridiculous. I could buy a new Trivid player for that. I'm short on cash right now. Could I offer you something in trade? Well, first of all, that's ridiculous. Yeah, but you can get one of those anywhere. You ain't gonna find another one of these anytime soon. But it's not like I get offers to buy these every day, so I'll cut you a deal. How's 350 sound? I don't have I just spent all my money on armor and in a deck. Too rich for my blood. Would you take a trade? The old man pauses for a moment, considering. I'll tell you what. A few months ago I had quite a difference of opinion with that Buragazi fellow from the Soykaf shop. He hasn't let me into his establishment since, and I'd sell the family farm for a decent cup of coffee. You're gonna sell the thing for a cup of coffee? You give me a cup of Turkish coffee, the real stuff, not that fake junk, and I'll give you the DVD player. Sound like a deal? Alright, deal. You want a cup of coffee in exchange? Zack Flash. Triage Cyber Clinic. I don't have any money anyway, so I'm not gonna go shopping anymore, right? Oh, I wonder how Simi's doing. Oh, what's this? The girl with the chip in her head stands with her eyes closed, rocking back and forth. She looks so frail that a light breeze might knock her over, but she somehow stays on her feet. Whether by coincidence or some kind of preternatural junkie awareness, she opens her eyes when you come near. I know you. Maybe by face, if not by name, I'm SCKC. By face, by name, by cry, or by song. Simi Kim is what most people call me. They think I don't know why, but I do. Monica explained. How do you know about Monica? How do you feel about Monica's death? Kim hugs her arms close to her body, sad. She never got to have a family. She'll never get married, never be a mother. Seems she was a mother to the whole Krauts Bazaar. Kim nods her head almost dumbly, her eyes unfocused on the ground. Monica said a mother is always a mother, always. She hugs herself tighter and stares blankly at the ground. So what have you been up to? The girl absently fingers the chipjack in her temple. I wanted to escape with the children. And the captain. We had to get away from the soldiers out of Austria. But it was wrong! All wrong! I was taking them over the mountains, but it was the wrong way. I know it was. It would have taken us straight into Germany, not Switzerland. We should We should have taken a train, gone to Italy. There we would have been safe. Wait a minute, that's not how the movie went. I didn't want it to end badly, so I turned it off. Zach sold me something new. In it, I feel strong. I have a son, and he's destined to save the world. I have to protect him, because the machines have come back to kill him before he can become a man. I won't let that happen, because I'm there, I'm strong. Though Kim's words are bold, her trembling voice and body betray someone aching for a fix. Alright, I'll catch you some other time. So she's just watching old movies, basically. What's going on here? This wasn't here last time, right? The wine cellar. What is this place? Lucky Strike? A young woman stands at the bar, smoking a cigarette. You've seen her face before, Lucky Strike, one of the mercenaries from Monica's files. A plume of blue-grey smoke spills from the corner of her mouth as she turns her attention to you. Hey, the distinctive circuit pattern tattoos that line her face shimmer and pulse with light. You need something? I don't believe that we've met. I'm SCKC. Yeah, I know who you are. She takes a drag on her cigarette. How you holding up, champ? I heard what happened to your boss. It happens. Running the shadows is a dangerous line of work. She smirks, then let the smoke escape from the corner of her mouth. Don't I know it? So, you need something, or just gonna stand there staring? Why'd you bring up Monica? Did you know her? I met her a couple of times. Seemed nice enough. She takes another drag on her cigarette, but I mostly knew her by reputation. You can't live in this kites without hearing about the Queen of the Couch Bazaar. She pauses, then slowly lets the smoke escape through her nostrils. Can't say that I was a fan. Whoa there. Monica didn't control the Couch Bazaar. That's your prerogative, but then you didn't really know her. Well, maybe she did. You really need to brush up on your social skills. No, I mean... This is a bit... I mean, you're presuming that she doesn't know her. I want to know what she knows. Like, what do you know? Whoa there, Monica didn't control the Grouts Bazaar. Didn't she? She locks eyes with you. Then why did the place start falling apart the second that she got geeked? She takes another drag on her cigarette. The smoke spills out of her mouth as she speaks. Either Monica controlled the Grouts Bazaar, or she had her fingers in so many pies that she might as well have. Comes out to the same thing either way. Lucky Strike taps out her cigarette and leans towards you, a predatory grin on her face. You and your friends, you followed Monica too. Obeyed her orders without question, right? She was our team leader, of course we listened to her. Not without question, there were debates. That's generally how a team works, yes. No, there were debates. Iga did question her, right? I remember that quite distinctly. Iga questioned her. And at the end of those debates, Monica would put her foot down and you'd wind up doing whatever she said, right? She smirks at you. Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. For such a rabid anarchist, your friend seemed awfully comfortable being in power. Kind of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? Yes, actually, all your points are valid. Fair point, but you aren't gonna change my opinion of Monica. No, I don't, and I don't think that you know a damn thing about who Monica really was. I'm done with this conversation. Yes, actually, all your points are valid. I'm gonna humor her a little bit. She blinks. Huh, I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting that. She was your friend after all, and you're following right along in her footsteps. I don't put my friends on pedestals. Monica made mistakes just like the rest of us do. I'm not following in anybody's footsteps. I do what needs to be done, and if others choose to follow me, well, that's their decision. I never said that she was my friend. We were in business together, and the position opened. I took it. I don't put my friends on pedestals. Monica made mistakes just like the rest of us do. But then, why don't you step into her shoes? Why are you making all of the same decisions that she did? My friends need help. This is how I give it to them. If you have a problem with that, I don't know why we're still talking. Because I never claimed to be an anarchist. I'm not. But you're looking at this from outside. You can't see the big picture. I mean, I never claimed to be an anarchist. There's a long pause. Finally, she shrugs. Fair enough, I suppose. But a word of advice. Don't take too much on yourself. Spread the responsibility around. Good of you to care. She turns away. I don't. But in a place like this, stacking too much power on any one person is dangerous. Not just for that person, but for everybody. The last thing that we need is for you to eat a bullet and for this whole place to fall apart again. Yeah? No, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Alright, nothing else to say to her. I mean, the thing is... Look, she says, don't put too much weight on one person so that when they take a bullet, the whole place falls apart. But if you don't put the weight on that person, and no one else carries the weight, then the place falls apart anyway. You see what I mean? Leaders, the good leaders, the real leaders, like they don't take the weight on themselves. They carry it because no one else can carry it. I mean, some people take power because they're greedy and this, that, okay, that. I'm not talking about those people. Like the good leaders, the good ones. They don't take power because they want it. They take power because if they don't, other people suffer, right? So the idea that if they take a bullet, then everything falls apart. Therefore, don't give it to them. But if you don't give it to them, everything falls apart anyway. So there's no good answer to this, right? Not giving them the responsibility, everything falls apart. You give them the responsibility, they hold it together for a while, and then when they die, everything falls apart. Like it's not. That's even worse. Like not giving it to them in the first place is even worse. Is what I'm saying. So I don't have any good answers. I'm just saying that what she's saying is also not a good answer. Not really. It's like, don't help people because after you're gone, then they're dependent on you and then they're screwed. Yeah, but if you don't help them, they're screwed as well. It's like how does that help? It doesn't. The old troll putters about, his artificial joints complaining loudly. He seems heavier today than when we first met, and he takes your approach as reason to seat himself and rest. I understand they put you in charge of Monica's outfit. Word travels fast around here. How an old man farts and the kids across town complain of it. You need something from me? How are people handling the loss of Monica? I think most are still in shock, but just you wait, they'll pass, and then the panic sets in. Few folks of any real discipline around here. Monica kept them calm by keeping them safe. And now that she's gone, they're gonna start realizing what a heap of misery this blasted city can be. Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, I can see it. You don't seem too worried, though. Already died once. Every day is just a bonus. A tired, painful bonus. Really doesn't matter that much to me, but to the rest it's going to be a different story. Monica kept this place in one piece. She read the flux like a bird reads the wind or a fish reads the current. Without her, there's no telling what's gonna happen. Anything else you want to jaw about? I'd like to hear a little more about you. Let me guess, you want to know how I lost the legs? I mean, if you're offering. Might as well hear it from me than one of the adult-brained kids running about. Lost the legs during the first Euro War, if you must know, in a bombing. Now you need something else from me? Nope, didn't mean to bother you. So like... should I talk to these shopkeepers or not? I don't think the shopkeepers have anything to say. I'm assuming they don't. Oh, we should talk to them. I've got a formula for combat stim. Can you produce something like that? Oh, you know I'm your man. I can hook you up right now. Alright, show me what you got. So now you can make jazz. Sweet. I mean, wait, he charges me? I gave him the formula and he charges me money? Okay, the technical inventory. We have weapons from all across Europe. Ares, Seska, Fichetti, you name it. If it can be found on the continent, it can be acquired by Mechbach Arms. I don't conduct business with suppliers that I know nothing about. Talk to me about Mechbach Arms. And I don't discuss family matters with customers, let alone strangers. Nothing personal, but the answer is no. Understood? Alright, I'm leaving. Nothing personal. Mechbach's face hardens. After a brief pause, he gives you a curt nod. Wait, no, I'm actually leaving. I'm done with this conversation. Very well, Gajo, but if you come around again, you come with money and you come to buy, understand? He makes a shooting motion with his hand, waving you away. Move along now. Zadevleska. Yeah, no, bye. I mean, if you don't want to talk, then you don't want to talk. What are you angry about? You're the one who said you don't want to talk. Why are you mad? I should go. There was no one back there, right? So these guys are still here. They're still standing here, Samuel. Hello again, mein Freund. What can I do for you? I'd like to talk to you about your organization. Yes, of course. Please go on. You know what? Nothing else. Goodbye. Kami? Oh, hey. She tipped an invisible hat, milady. Hey there, remember me from the cafe? Name's Kami. Are you looking for something? Well, who you are, for one thing. None of your business, kid. Depends, is there anything I should be looking for? She titters. Volunteering information? That's bad for business. Unless Altak wants me to tell you something, but that's rare. I'm just his ears and hands outside the cafe. He's got enough of a voice all by himself. What's the story between you and Altak? She grins and winks lasciviously at you. Oh, surely you've guessed. He's your dad, right? Wait, no, he's your what are you talking about? You're not serious. She laughs. I can't put a fast one on you, can I? Well, I'll tell you the real story sometime. How about that? Right now though, I have some errands to run. Come over sometime and we can chat over hookah or something, yeah? She lazily tips an invisible hat at you before turning her focus to a comb by her wrist. She looks up from her comb, idly blowing a gum bubble and quickly popping it. Hello again, I hear you've been busy. Gossip travels fast, doesn't it? What exactly did you hear about me? Nothing too serious, just that you got a lot of work. I do too, which is nice. Aren't there child labor laws around here? Kami puffs up indignantly and you realize how young she must really be. She couldn't be out of her teens yet. What does that mean? If you're really gathering intel, you need some street smarts. You'll be still way behind the ears. Well, it's just that there's probably some stories that are hard to hear at your age. Chill, I only meant that it can be a hard life for a kid. She grows quiet for a moment, briefly looking down at her shoes before looking you straight in the eyes. Yeah, it can be, but it's better than some other lives. Well, okay. Altak gave me a good job and I'm super grateful for it, which reminds me, I should get back to it. See you later? She lazily tips an invisible hat at you before returning to combat the wrist. Does she say the same thing over and over again? Alright, later.